Lily, welcome to the Davines Village.
Thank you.
We spoke last week on the phone and we chatted about your look, and obviously we knew we wanted to do a milky, clean blonde, long look. Grace is going to be creating the look today, so you know what we're going to do with the haircut. We're going to keep it long, we're going to open up. You've got all this nice texture and movement around the face, but it's more over to Grace today to, I suppose, create a technique and kind of give the viewers a window into your thought process around pre-lightening and toning.
Yeah, I mean, this is the dream hair to pre-lighten. It's naturally light, it's quite a cool tone. The regrowth is perfect length for it to come out clean. So it's just making sure that application is perfect to keep the integrity of the hair. And then once the pre-lightener's rinsed off, we can really decide on a toner. I always think it's better to decide on a toner after you've taken the pre-lightener off, because you want to assess with the blank canvas. But it's amazing hair, and yeah.
So with that length of root, you can go in with one application all the way through.
One application all the way through, yeah, just super fine sections.
Okay. What's your limit on that? Like, what's your buffer where you go, oh, any longer than this, I am going to do a double application?
Really, it's kind of just over an inch, really, but there's the complicated window of if it's just over an inch, then you've just got to tap in that. You're risking kind of overlapping, which could potentially break the hair. So you either want to have it this perfect length, or if your client or model wanted to grow out their roots and then you had a little bit more space to kind of do that mid-band. The most important thing is not overlapping the pre-lightener onto something that's already white, because that's what's going to cause breakage.
Would you ever advise a client to come back in a few more weeks in order to get the perfect bleach?
Yeah, definitely.
If it's like in that middle ground.
Sometimes they'll come in and the roots are too small and it's difficult to kind of apply that and not overlap, then I would tell them to wait another few weeks.
Have you always been pretty blonde?
Yeah, originally it's like a strawberry blonde, a little bit darker blonde, and I'd never touched it before the bleach.
Okay.
So it's been a big change.
Okay, just step by step, we go through it, we keep assessing it each time and just really paint it like a canvas at the end to get the perfect colour.
The perfect white, yeah. Beautiful hair. Right.
Okay, let's begin.
Section the hair into 4 quadrants from the centre and behind the ears. A pro tip for anyone having a global lightening application on the scalp is make sure the hair is unwashed, ideally 1 to 2 days before. The reason for this is the lipidic film protects the hair and the scalp. Apply Formula A starting at the left back quadrant of the crown. Use a foil in the front section to prevent overlapping and ensure protection. Take fine horizontal sections and apply Formula A to the regrowth, depositing rather than sweeping. Pro tip, underlap rather than overlap. As lightener can swell, you can touch up anything you've missed during the cross-checking section, but if you overlap, you can risk breakage. Work your way down to the nape, maintaining tension in each section. Leave the fine hairs at the nape out. As they lift very quickly, revisit them during your cross-checking process. Start at the top corner of the head for the front section. Apply Formula A. Also apply a foil for protection in this area. Leave the hairline out as this hair lifts very quickly and it's fragile. Repeat on the other side and go back and cross-check, applying the product to the hairline afterwards. Once you've reached the hairline, go back and cross-check your first section. Pro tip, you can pre-lighten any previous bands through the mid-lengths once you have lifted your regrowth using Formula B. Check every 20 minutes to ensure the lightening is developing correctly. Before rinsing, the hair should look like the colour of an inside of a banana. What do you think? Happy with the way it's lifted?
Very happy. It's lifted amazingly.
Yeah, it's lifted really, really well. I'm really happy with it. So now the process is really just neutralising that very last bit of pale yellow. The roots are basically almost white. We just have those ends to kind of think about from where it had previous bands. After we washed off the first set of pre-lightener on the roots, we did kind of touch in on those bands just through the underneath.
Okay.
just that were previously there.
Yep.
So we've touched that in just to kind of cleanse that out, so we've got a much cleaner blank space to work with. So but you can see the ends are just a tinge more golden, especially on the underneath. So with the toning service, what we're going to do is work from bottom to top, working on the most golden parts first, and then kind of blending that through on the roots just to kind of top it off, to just kind of give it that top coat.
Okay. What formula are you thinking?
So the 00, the 1022, which is the violet, which violet neutralises the yellow. And then I'm just going to add a slight little smidge of 1012 in there, a little bit of ash, just to kind of really clean that out.
And are you going to finish on the front hairline? I'm assuming that that's the most
Finish on the front
delicate
hairline.
most porous.
Yeah.
Lily's happy already before the time. Okay, Daisy, well done. See you after the toner. Lily's haircut works best when it's cut on partially dry hair. So to begin, I'm going to add Art of Glass sheer glaze and finger dry throughout. When I'm finger drying, I'm making a mental map of all of the nuances and movements of Lily's hair, as this will help guide the haircut. The first thing to decide is how much of the face I'm going to open up and how short the shortest part on the cheekbone will be. I begin with a small triangle in the centre of the head using the points of my scissors to create more of a structured guide. I then quickly switch to a razor and, working in curved sections, begin opening up the face, removing length, allowing the hair to contract and wave. The reason I like to work on partially dry hair is because I think it gives me a greater understanding of the natural movement of the hair. I use water so that the razor can glide through the hair easily, creating a seamless finish, but the hair is dry enough to still give me information, to still contract and move, so I can see the hair's natural inclinations. Constantly step back and assess your shape. Using your finger and thumb to manipulate the hair will give you a good understanding of if the shape you are creating is working with the hair in a flattering way. Repeat this section on both sides, again stepping back to assess the balance of the shape you're creating. When point cutting, it's always important to use your scissors in a vertical position. This takes longer, but it achieves a much more refined, seamless finish to the section. I then work through my front layered area in horizontal sections, elevating from the head, pointing off the corner. Next, I move through to the back of the hair and refine the perimeter length using the points of my scissors. A good tip is to take the hair back in a kind of ponytail in your hand. This will give the wearer an understanding of how the shape can be styled in a different way. I apply a layer of more inside primer throughout, and then beginning at the front, using two large natural bristle brushes, I create a polished, wavy blow dry. To lock in the blow dry, I leave one brush in while I work on the next section. This allows the hair to cool down, still in the round curved shape. When the hair is blow dried, I go through with my hands to feel the shape. Then, with my scissors in a vertical position, I go through and slice the hair, removing weight, personalizing the shape and refining the perimeter. This is done more instinctively, using your instincts, using the knowledgeable hands idea of understanding the weight and fall of a shape. This haircut technique can be made much longer or much shorter, because the basic principle is about freeing up natural movement and creating a beautiful face frame that gives the wearer multiple options.